Pearl formation in oysters is not a sign of contentment. It is a defensive response to irritation within the oyster's shell. The process begins when a foreign object enters the oyster. This intrusion triggers a protective mechanism in the oyster. The oyster's natural response is to neutralize the irritant. This defensive action leads to the creation of a pearl. Pearl formation in oysters begins with the intrusion of an irritant. This irritant is typically a small grain of sand or a parasite. The entry of this foreign material causes irritation to the oyster's soft tissues. This irritation triggers the oyster's natural defense mechanism. The oyster responds by attempting to isolate the source of the irritation. This isolation process is the first step in pearl creation. Oysters secrete nacre to defend against irritants. Nacre is a smooth, shiny substance. Nacre coats the foreign object. Nacre also lines the inside of the oyster's shell. Pearl formation begins when an irritant enters a mollusk's shell. The mollusk responds by coating the irritant with layers of nacre. Nacre is a substance secreted by the mollusk, composed of calcium carbonate. Over years, the continuous deposition of nacre transforms the irritant into a pearl. Pearl formation begins with an irritant entering the oyster's shell. The oyster responds by coating the irritant with layers of nacre. Nacre is a substance secreted by the oyster, composed of calcium carbonate. Over time, the continuous layering of nacre transforms the irritant. This process ultimately results in the creation of a lustrous pearl. In their natural habitat, oysters have a low probability of producing pearls. The occurrence of natural pearl formation is a rare event. Approximately only 1 out of 10,000 wild oysters will yield a pearl. This statistic underscores the scarcity of naturally occurring pearls. The rarity contributes to the high value and desirability of natural pearls. Cultured pearls are more common due to human intervention in the pearl forming process. Wild pearls form naturally, often exhibit imperfections in shape and size. The majority of wild pearls are not perfectly spherical. Irregular shapes are a common characteristic of naturally occurring pearls. Many wild pearls are relatively small in size compared to cultured pearls. The luster, or shine, of wild pearls can also vary significantly. These variations highlight the natural processes involved in pearl formation. Historically, flawless pearls were exceptionally rare. This rarity made pearls unaffordable for most people. Consequently, only royalty and the extremely wealthy could acquire them. Pearls, therefore, became symbols of high status and exclusivity. In the early 1900s, a method for culturing pearls was developed. This method involves human intervention to initiate pearl formation. The technique was pioneered by Mikimoto. It involves intentionally introducing a small piece of shell into an oyster. This nudge prompts the oyster to begin the pearl creation process. This process simulates the natural irritant that would otherwise lead to pearl formation. Pearl farmers initiate pearl formation by manually introducing a nucleus into the oyster. This process bypasses the reliance on natural irritants for pearl creation. The implanted nucleus serves as the core around which the pearl will develop. This controlled insertion ensures a predictable starting point for pearl growth. The oyster responds by coating the nucleus with layers of nacre. This process ultimately results in the formation of a cultured pearl. Cultured pearl production relies on the natural biological processes of oysters. The primary task involves the oyster coating a nucleus with nacre. Nacre deposition is a gradual process that occurs over several years. This process is fundamental to the creation of cultured pearls. Despite human intervention, the oyster's natural functions remain crucial. Therefore, cultured pearls are a product of both human cultivation and oyster biology. Pearl farming, similar to traditional agriculture, is susceptible to various risks. Oyster diseases pose a significant threat, potentially decimating pearl oyster populations. Storm damage can disrupt farming operations and harm oyster habitats. Pollution negatively impacts water quality. affecting oyster health and pearl development. These challenges can significantly reduce pearl production yields. Effective management and mitigation strategies are crucial for sustainable pearl farming. Pearl farms aim to cultivate high-quality pearls through controlled cultivation. However, pearl harvests often yield a mix of qualities, even in well-managed farms. Typically, less than 1/3 of harvested pearls meet the criteria for being round and shiny. This limited yield of top-quality pearls influences their market value and desirability. Cultured pearls often exhibit imperfections such as bumps or irregular shapes. Many pearls also lack the desired level of luster. These variations necessitate a rigorous grading and sorting process. Grading ensures that only pearls meeting specific quality standards are selected. Sorting allows for categorization based on shape, size, and luster. This careful assessment is crucial for maintaining the value and appeal of pearl jewelry. Cultured pearls have increased the availability of pearls in the market. However, exceptional pearls, whether natural or cultured, are still rare. The rarity of these pearls contributes to their high value. A truly exceptional pearl remains a valuable find. Therefore, the combination of beauty and rarity defines the worth of high-quality pearls. A pearl's value is deeply rooted in its natural origin. Pearls are unique gems formed through a living organism's biological processes. Each pearl symbolizes the virtue of patience due to its slow formation. Pearls also represent resilience, reflecting the oyster's ability to overcome irritants. Ultimately, a pearl embodies the wonders and mysteries of the ocean.